There's been a lot of geopolitical tension between the US and China, as we know. A lot of Chinese companies that have listed in the US actually haven't been very well received. And if you look at the ADR listing in the past 2 years, like some of the DD, some of the Lucking, they've all set pretty bad examples. So even if they do get the regulatory approval that they need, there could be a shareholder issue, whether they could generate enough interest, if there is enough investor confidence for another ADR listing. So what we have reported, our colleagues in Asia, Pei, Dong, and Vinci have reported that the listing they're now considering a London listing, potentially a little bit more politically friendly, and so to see if they can raise capital there instead.
Would Hong Kong be in the mix? Because in a lot of ways that seems to make sense.
So I think they're actually still looking at the US as the most preferred location. Hong Kong and Singapore may also have been in their consideration, but London seems to be sitting at number 2 at the moment after US. We should bear in mind that this company actually generates a lot of its revenue, almost all of it in the US, despite being headquartered in Singapore and founded in China. So logically, if you look at the revenue, it still would make the most sense to do it in the US. But the political concern may be a huge hurdle here.
And do we get any sort of sense, Crystal, about the valuation here? Because this is a company that could have been worth at a point up to $90 billion, but we know that that's come down pretty significantly.
Yeah, we've been tracking some of the private secondary sell in the company. We've seen some of the holders selling privately at 30% discount, sometimes as low as a 45 billion valuation. That said, 45 billion is still a huge number. It's nowhere close to where it used to be, that 100 billion that was thrown around a year ago. But there are a lot of private sales in this company, so it does actually in some ways solve the liquidity issue for some of the shareholders. But of course, the biggest liquidity event that they are looking for, shareholders and big venture capital firms that are backing Shein are looking for, will be this IPO. And where will this happen also will make a huge impact for these venture capital holders.